Making good eye contact in presentations is a really challenging thing for a lot of people. So we're going to look at a couple of tips to help you improve your eye contact. Welcome friends, I'm Alex Lyon and this is Communication Coach, the channel that helps you increase your impact and lead your teams with more excellence. If you're a team leader, frontline supervisor, frontline manager, everything on this channel is for you. If you haven't yet subscribed, I encourage you to do so. Today's topic is presentations, specifically how to make good eye contact in presentations. It's really hard and a lot of people make terrible eye contact. They look at their slides, they look at their notes, they look over people's heads, off to the side, on the floor, anywhere but directly into people's eyes, and it looks really bad. If you're a leader, you've got to get this skill right. And there's also a lot of bad advice out there about eye contact, like literally look over people's heads or, picture them wearing their pajamas or their underwear, and then it gets a little easier. Even, this is not terrible advice, but sometimes people will say, only look at the people that you know and that you're already friendly with. Well, that might help break the ice, but I can tell you right now, that's not what really skilled presenters do. That's not what professional level or strong people, when you see someone like, wow, they're a great public speaker, they're not doing any of those things. So here's what they are doing. Tip number one, your goal should be to make direct eye contact 99% of the time. So if you have to look at your notes, you have to look at your slide for whatever reason, you're just bouncing off and you're right back onto people. 99% of the time should be your goal while you're presenting. It's a little different in conversations, and we have another video about how to make eye contact in conversations, and I'll put the link in the description below to that one. But when you're presenting, 99% of the time you're locked in. So what does direct eye contact look like? You want to talk long enough directly at a person, look directly at them long enough for you to finish a sentence. That's basically the guideline, long enough to finish a thought. And once you feel a little bit of a connection, then you move on to the next person. And third, it should be your goal to look at every single person in the room. Let's say you're presenting to 10 people. You're going to look at every single person numerous times. If it's a little bit bigger group, 25, 30 people, you can still do this. Let's say in a 10-minute presentation, you're speaking to 30 or even 40 people. You should be able to look at every single person in that 10-minute presentation numerous times. If it's bigger than that, then you probably already know how to handle it. Let's say you're talking to a group of 100 people, then you're going to pick out certain areas of the room. But for most of us, we're speaking to groups around 10 or 20 or maybe 30 people. Every single person. And when you do so, I don't recommend you scan around in a robotic way, like you look at one person, then you move on to the next person in a line. You want to bounce around a little bit so that you're looking at different locations in the room. It'll feel a little more natural that way, and it won't feel as robotic like you're trying to mow people down. I sometimes see people do it that way. So the goal is 99% of the time, long enough to finish a whole sentence or at least a thought, and then you move on and you want to look at every single person in the room. If you can do these three things, your eye contact will be off the charts. People will look at you and say, wow, that's a good presenter. Presentation skills are a really crucial part of leadership. If people see you presenting well, they're going to, in their mind, say, that person's a good leader. There's a connection that people make between public speaking and leadership. So it's one of the great ways for you to stand up and demonstrate your skill. And it's worth the struggle. At first, I'll tell you, it seems easy, long enough to finish a thought, one sentence. At first, this can be a real struggle, and you have to exercise these muscles to make it feel more comfortable. So practice the skill, make it one of your little hidden goals every time you present to make better and better eye contact, and before you know it, you'll be really locked in. And they'll feel that connection, they'll buy your message, they'll be on board that much more. As I mentioned, if you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, I encourage you to do so. Question of the day for you in the comments section below. What are your tips to make great eye contact in presentation? I would love to hear from you. So thanks, God bless, and until next time, I hope you get to use the tips here in your very next presentation.